Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lara, or Lara Likes Mascara. I hope you are well today, and I hope you are ready for another Project Pan update, which remains probably the best viewed series on my channel. And I don't know if it's the most fun to film, but there is really something nice about having this series that I update you every couple of months and just sort of knowing that that is something to look forward to, that video is always going to be a constant and it's always going to be the same. So I probably enjoy it as much as you do. I did try a new makeup look today. I don't think I did very well. I can include the TikTok here. She made it look so easy, but of course it is not as easy as it looks, but I did my best. But let's just get into the video. So I will just say that today's update is not as exciting as last time's. My last update, I had 4 empties, I believe, which is pretty next level. I do have one kind of empty today, so that is something, and I'm going to talk about that first. But yeah, just off the bat, I want to let you know that, I'm not going to be bringing in a whole bunch of new things just because I didn't manage to finish off that much. So something I rolled in last month but had been working on for a while was these samples. I wanted to buy a new foundation and or concealer at some point. I will need to do that anyways at some point, but Shauna recently gave me a couple of products, so I am set for a while. But anyways, I tried a bunch of samples and didn't have very good luck with most of them. There is one that I liked, the other 3 not so much. I'm done with the samples. The issue was that I got samples come in a bunch of different shades, at least like the sets of samples do, not when you go and they give you like a little pot. So I was left with all of these products, all of these shades that did not match me, but I managed to get rid of those on buns, and so I just used up the ones that somewhat matched me. So let's talk about what those were. So this is the Danessa Myrix. It doesn't look that dark, but I think because it's so heavy coverage, this really did not work on me, so I ended up putting it into this Lush container. This was from a Lush sample. And I finished that off. I mixed it with a very light concealer I had so that, it kind of matched me, but they were both very heavy coverage products, so I didn't really enjoy that. This was the MAC NC35, which I actually enjoyed somewhat. This was too dark a shade, as you can tell, but it was a bit too heavy coverage, and also I don't purchase from MAC. They're not cruelty free. The last one, and the one that I did enjoy, is the Cali Ray Free Dreaming Skin Wellness Diffusing Tint. What a name. This, it did, like it says featherweight natural skin finish. It really did feel that way. I really enjoyed it. This is a cruelty-free brand. I didn't think they were that expensive. I thought that they were sold on ColourPop for some reason, but I'm probably mixing it up. But they are sold at Sephora. I looked it up, and this is quite an expensive product. I want to say 50 something Canadian dollars. So I was like, oh, not super affordable. But if I decide that this is the one that I like the most, then, maybe at some point I will pick this up. So at least the trying the samples was helpful in that regard. But yeah, at least I finished those all off, and now I can work on proper products, because it was getting kind of annoying, like putting each one in this little pot. It just makes it more difficult to, extract the product itself. Okay, moving on to the other products. I actually have 3 things that I have pan in. I've had pan in them for quite a while, so that's not a new exciting development. But I figured I would show those next because those are sort of the next most exciting. With powder products, you can actually see the progress you've made when you do have pan on them, at least. This blush is at the point where pieces of it are sort of falling out. But there, you can tell this little piece just fell out of that blush. Oh, it keeps falling out. So this is the Makeup Gallery blusher in Coral Rose 4. Love this blush. This is great for all seasons, but I just kind of want to finish it up because I do have so much pan in it. As much as I will miss having a coral blush in my collection, I think that I have made some progress on this since last update, but actually not that much because I have been reaching a lot more for other blushes. I do have a Graveyard Project pan also going on, so I've been trying to use that blush. I've also been using cream blushes on my no makeup or small amount of makeup days just because they work better for those looks. So this hasn't been neglected, but I won't be surprised if there hasn't been a ton of progress. The next one is this eyebrow shadow. Oh my god, this is for sure going to take to the end of the year, if not longer. Just think about how long it takes up to use a whole eyeshadow, and then think about if you're only using that eyeshadow on your brow bone, maybe inner corner. It's taken a while, but this will be so satisfying when I'm done, so I'm sticking with it. I still probably use this, I would say like 4 or 5 days a week, so it's getting used, worry not. This next one is a lip balm. I actually have 2 lip balms in the project, but I'm going to talk about them separately because this one I do have pan in it. Couldn't tell you where it's from, but it's this cute little shape, and that is what it looks like. I think I've had some pan since the last update, but honestly, I have been working on some other lip balms a lot, and so haven't used this as much as I was hoping. Also, there are some constraints on it because I don't like using my finger. I go like that. And now it's at the point where like it's so deep in there that when I put my mouth in it, it like kind of messes up the foundation or concealer or whatever that I have right here. So it's better if I use it first thing in the morning, like right before or while I'm doing my makeup, and it stays in my makeup bag. Other than that, I don't really reach for it throughout the day. I prefer to have just like a stick lip balm. So yeah, that's my excuse on that one, if there hasn't been a ton of progress. We shall see. It remains to be seen. Okay, these next 2, the Becca Duo. It's kind of interesting that the writing is still on that one, which is the foundation, which I use way more than the primer, which has rubbed off writing. I wonder why that is. Very strange. It's hard to tell how much is left in these. I always say that. I mean, I am making slow but steady progress. I haven't been using these as much because it's the summer. I'm going for a slightly lighter makeup look. I'm also wearing makeup slightly less. I'm not going to say these are going to be done for next update, but by the end of 2020, please, please, I really hope these will be done by then. As much as I love them, whenever I get a breakout, I mean, I know I talk about how, like, I don't really believe in makeup expiration dates, but still, whenever I get a breakout, there's always a part of my mind that's like, like, could it be, is it because I've had that foundation for that long? I mean, it's possible, it's just, like, it doesn't seem likely because I'll have breakouts in specific areas, let's say. Like the last little while, I've had a breakout right here, and they're just, like, very, very little tiny whiteheads. Do you know that type? I think it's from my pillowcase because I usually sleep on this side and we hadn't washed our pillowcases in a while. I try to do it frequently, but you know, you forget. So anyways, I changed the pillowcases, I changed a couple of skincare products out, and it's much better now. But just because it's in that one specific area, I'm like, well, it doesn't seem very likely that it's this because I use this all over my face, you know, not just on this cheek. Anyways, enough of that rant. Okay, should we talk? Yeah, I think we need to talk about this lip balm. Okay, if you watched some of my recent organization videos, I was talking about how I was doing some DIY projects, which I'm not great at to begin with, so I probably won't be doing any more in the future, but I don't regret doing it. And one of them was this experiment where basically I tried to make a new lip balm, and I just put it on top of what was remaining of this Maybelline Baby Lips lip balm. And I'd gotten so close to the bottom with this lip balm, like I almost did it. I almost finished it. I could have had it done for this update if I didn't do that, so my apologies, but I might as well just show you. It looks pretty gross, huh? And I've decided to actually not even try with that. I'm just gonna like remove it. I might as well do that on camera right now because I do not like that formula at all, and then I can get on with panning this lip balm for the next update, as long as I don't do any more DIY projects. Okay, here's a lip balm. Just taking a piece of toilet paper and gonna, whoa, it came off kind of all in one. Do you see that? Because it's so like creamy, it's not a hard texture, and so I just took it all away in one. Okay, that's great. So can you see how little is left there? Just a tiny bit. I could probably finish this in maybe a week or 2. I'm not sure if I'm going to dig into it to try to get that stuff out. I haven't decided yet. I did that with the NARS lip balm, if you've seen my previous videos, and I'm still working on that, even though it probably would have taken like 5 to 10 uses. It's just so much harder when I have to use my fingers and it's not in a stick. Hopefully you guys can relate. I know a lot of people like potted lip balms, but I'm not one of them. Okay, now we have some things that can be measured. So let's get to the liners. Why don't we do this one first, because I just added it in last update. So I would love to see how much progress I've made. I feel like I haven't used this one that much, but there should be some progress. So this is an inner corner highlight. At least that's what I use it for. Purple on one end, cream color on the other end. I only use the cream color. So that is where we were last time. Now let me do a little mark for where we are now. Okay, well there has been progress, but not very much. It's weird. It almost looks like a concealer shade there. But on me, it's like a inner corner highlight. I mean, I'm wearing this today. Can you see? It looks like white when I put it on my skin. You can make this really, really obvious if you use enough, or you can make it subtle if you just sort of blend it out a tiny bit with the warmth of your fingers. So I like doing that. At least I've had some progress. That's good. I probably use this once or twice a week. Okay, the next one is this brown liner. This has been in the longest out of the liners. Here's the progress we've made so far. Let's compare it to today. Oh, not really any progress. I'm just gonna put it right below the side. Can you see that there? I have been using a purple liner quite a bit, so I'm gonna blame it on that. I have a purple liner in my Graveyard Project pan, and I've been trying to reach for that. Very, very slight progress in that regard, unfortunately, but at least it's not the exact same place. Okay, and the last one is this NYX Milk Jumbo Crayon. Where did I make the mark for this one? Did I make a mark for this one? Oh, there it is. It's just white, so it's hard to see. Pretty much the same place. So we have that first line there. Then there's actually a second line that you can't really see, and I put it sort of just below that. I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up. I have been using this quite a bit though, but I think the thing is that I haven't sharpened it. Can you see how it's right sort of down to the nub? So I'll probably get like 1 or 2 more uses out of this and then sharpen it, and then I will see some progress. But yeah, I'll blame that one on myself. So not a ton of progress in the liners regard, but a little bit. We're making progress. Okay, and then the last product that I have not mentioned yet is this Nature Luxe Mousse Mascara from CoverGirl. I've had this for way too long, but I'm only using it in my eyebrows. Wore it today. Yeah, I discovered using mascara for brow gel basically when you're getting really towards the end of the mascara, and I think it's a great tactic. I don't know why I've never heard anyone suggest this before. I think there is progress being made because I've noticed that I have to really only use sort of the first third of the brush if I want to dispense any product in my brows. The sort of back part doesn't pick anything up, so I think that just speaks to how little product is left in there. I also think it's only at the bottom. It's really hard to tell. You know, this is opaque. But I think by the end of the year, I'm gonna call this quits because it's dispensing less and less product for sure. I can tell that. Okay, so those are 10 products currently in my product pan. I always have 11 though. I try to make the last product a skincare item, you know, just to switch it up a little bit. And so the one that I decided to add this time, because I did finish those samples, is the brightening eye cream from M Black Signature Series for Men. Oh no, Apothecary number 5 department. Have you heard of it before? I have not. This is cruelty free though, so that's nice. This is my partner's product. He received a lot of skincare items and hair care actually as gifts a while back, and he uses none of them. So I've been slowly making my way through them. Do I notice this making any difference? No. But am I going to use it up in any case? Yes. I use this sometimes, I would say like once or twice a week, but I would like to get into the habit of using it more regularly. I mean, I don't have a problem putting moisturizer on at night, but somehow adding one extra step is just does not happen every time. This also says 6 months expiration date, which I don't believe by any means, but just because of that, you know, I would like to use it up. It's hard because this doesn't look like that large a container, but it feels so full even though I have been using it a couple times a week for months now. It's just because your eye area is so small. Like I'm just using it right here. Like I take a little dollop. That is probably how much I use on one eye. And so think about how long this is going to take to get used up. A long time. But at least putting it in the project will hold me more accountable. So that is it. Those are all 11 items in my project pan. Cross your fingers for me that next time I will have at least one empty. Well, I'll have the Baby Lips lip balm at the very least. Maybe nothing else, but at least I will have that. Is that my whole prediction spiel? Usually I'm like, I think I will do this well and I will have finished this many products. No, literally by next update, I only think I will have finished this Baby Lips. Maybe this CoverGirl mascara, just because, you know, it's getting harder and harder to use. But with mascara, that's one of those things that you have no idea how much product is left. Yeah, so those are all the predictions I am going to make for now. And my next update will be in 2 months. It might be coinciding with the Graveyard Project Pan because that is ending at the end of October. If you like project pans, then I will link my Graveyard Project Pan series because that one is also fun. Although regular Project Pan is like a full year-round thing, Graveyard Project Pan is just like a summer / 6-month thing until Halloween. Yeah, but it's actually easier to work through these items when I don't have that going on because, you know, then I only have one blush that I'm trying to pan rather than 2 or 3 simultaneously. But yeah, you can look out for that video and also this video, end of October, beginning of November kind of thing. Also, I do want to mention, I mean, this won't actually affect you. I'm not taking a break from YouTube. I am basically, so my life kind of revolves around film festivals, and the biggest film festival of the year for Toronto at least is TIFF, which takes place in September. It's also the biggest public film festival in the world, so it's a big deal, and I always dedicate myself entirely to it during that period of time. Like I do literally nothing but attend the festival. So I am trying to batch content, pre-film, and get everything like ready and edited before the festival happens, because what happened with April and May during Hot Docs was I just had to take 2 weeks off because I physically did not have the time to post videos. I don't want that to happen again. So I'm working really hard to get everything ready. But yeah, the next video that I will film will be after the festival, and I'll give you a little update on how that went if you care. If not, no worries. Everything will continue as normal on your end, on my end. It will be chaos, as expected. But it's the best time of year. Like, no worries. It's all good. I'm happy to be doing that. If you are curious about what a film festival is like, or you want to see me not meeting celebs, but like seeing celebs, you know, getting to watch advanced screening of movies and press conferences and whatnot, then you can follow me on my personal account. I probably won't be posting too much about it on my makeup account, but I will try to do some makeup posts during that period of time. But yeah, I will link my Instagram, my personal Instagram handle right here if you're curious. So let's talk about a book that I have been reading lately. Look what I have. This is Daisy Jones and the Six. This was probably the most popular book of 2020. Did it come out in 2019? Yeah, it came out in 2019, slowly, you know, grew in popularity. I like looking at books that are super popular on Goodreads because, like, I have a lot of people on Goodreads, but I don't have, like, you know, Instagram or Facebook number of people on there. I maybe have like max 100 people who I'm following or friends with, or whatever the terminology is. And so most fairly popular books, I'll have like 1 or 2 people who I can see also read it or marked it as want to read or whatever. This one, I think it said 20 people read it and like 13 people marked it as want to read. So yeah, you know, this is a popular book, and guess what? It lives up to the hype. It lives up to the hype. I never say that. I mean, granted, I'm not even halfway through, but so far I am finding it so propulsive. Like, it's hard to put down, and it's just so readable. It's so fun. It wasn't what I expected, because the whole thing is like, it's like you're reading people talking. So I get why people said that, like, as an audiobook, it would work really well, because it's not narrative. It's literally like the people in this band, Daisy Jones and the Six, talking to each other, which might sound boring or like weird structuring, but it's so good. And the characters are so real. Like, I would definitely believe that this actually happened. I don't know how the author makes it feel that way, but she does. I did read Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I didn't love it. I thought it was good, but this is way better so far. So really, really enjoying this. Yeah, that's all I can say about it. I had to do an update because I just finished this today and it actually got better. Like it was, I liked it even more than I expected I do. This was a 5-star read for me on Goodreads, which does not happen often, like maybe a few books a year. But I got like even more engaged, and the music, like you actually feel like this music exists. And so many times throughout reading the book, I like wanted to go listen to the music, listen to the songs they were talking about when they were reading out the lyrics, but I couldn't because it doesn't exist. Like this is based on a band that never existed. It's so real. It is being turned into a TV show, and I am so excited for that TV show. I think it'll probably come out sometime in 2023. They haven't announced a date, but the music is going to be amazing. It's going to be so good, or I hope it is. And also, like, it really resonated with me because I think I could relate to a lot of the feelings that the characters were having. Like, you know, when sometimes you read about something that happens in a book or like in a movie, you like really relate to the characters, and so you're more emotionally invested because of that. It just made me really emotional and resonated with me. I loved it, and I highly recommend it. But that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you next week. Bye!